up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Netta if you're new here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my 2020 financial year in review, you guys. As everyone knows, 2020 was a rough year financially for so many people and myself included, and I really had to scale back this year. I really had to take time, budget strictly, and I talked a lot about finances with you guys this year. And the reason for that is because I feel like as a single mom, doing it by myself with 3 kids, as a beauty expert or influencer, however you say it, here on YouTube, that it's important for me to let you guys share in that journey with me, because by far I am not rich. By far I do not receive free PR products in the mail. So everything that I review for you guys here on my channel, I do have to spend my own coins to go and purchase those products. And so because of that, I felt the need to kind of share some of my financial journey with you guys. And there were some areas that went really well for me this year, and then there were some areas that I did not do so good in. So that's what today's video is about. It's going to be a quick one. It won't take too long. But yeah, we're going to talk about my 2020 financial year in review. I got my handy dandy monthly budget book here, and I did calculate everything up for you guys for the year. And this is something that I do at the end of every year. So I kind of run my household budgeting the same way I do my business, right? Because I feel like it's the same concept applies, right? You want your household to operate and run financially healthy. You need to know where all the money is going. You need to know how much money is coming in. You know, I've talked about this before in previous videos, and that way that helps you to reduce debt, reduce expenses, and of course it's just in general important to know where all your money is going. So I do a monthly budget for my house, and then at the end of the year I do an overall review of my finances to see for the year where everything went. So I'll get started here. So my biggest bill, like anyone else's, of course, is the rent. Okay, and I paid, okay, and so for rent I paid $17,700, which when I think about that number, is so much money. But this is the reason why I feel like it's so important. It was so important for me to work really hard to get out of debt so that I could move into a home. I did get approved for a home loan this year, so that was something that was very exciting. I got approved for a home loan. I'll be in my new house come April. And I am just so excited to be able to finally be a home owner, you guys. That was an accomplishment for me this year. Qualifying for a home loan, as well as paying off all my student loans. I also paid off all my student loans this year, and so that was really nice, and that was something I was very proud of. You guys know, like, I was working overtime like crazy. I was hustling, you guys, all of that so that I could, you know, really budget, and I was somewhat sticking to the budget, which we're going to talk about in a bit. But yeah, those were 2 things that I accomplished this year. I paid off all my student loans. I don't know if I told you guys that here on YouTube. I know I kind of made a status about it on Facebook and on Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, please go follow me, because I post so much more frequently on Instagram, right, than I do on YouTube. On YouTube I upload videos once a week. On Instagram, girl, almost daily or every other day. So yeah, make sure you follow me, makeup.by.netta. But yeah, I paid off all my student loans this year, which was a huge accomplishment for me. And then I also qualified for a home loan. So I also got rid of my car earlier this year in January. That was like my second video of the year. Was, you know, my car was repossessed. It was a voluntary repossession. I gave that sucker back to the bank. It made no sense for me to keep it. I did a whole video on why I did that and the financial benefits of doing a voluntary repossession. So if you haven't seen that video, I do suggest you watch it. Voluntary repossessions are not for everybody, but if it's something that you can do, especially if you're unable to go into an office right now and you have access to Uber and grocery delivery services, like that's an area of money, honey, you could be saving. Hustling with all the money that I saved from no longer having to have and maintain a vehicle, and started putting all of that money towards my student loans that I did pay those off this year too. So got rid of the car, reduced my debt, and paid off all my student loans and qualified for a home loan. Those were my wins this year. I also quit my job this year. I had been working at for 5 years. I had been at that job for 5 years, and I had just become really miserable. I had just become to a point where I did not look up to, I didn't look forward to waking up in the morning. I didn't look forward to, you know, even though I worked from home, it was just, I think that's what made it even more miserable, because as a single mom working from home in the middle of this pandemic, I've got the kids doing online virtual school, and it was just too much. And as an employer, they were not very flexible given that, you know, like, I mean, I don't know, I didn't know what they wanted me to do. Like, what do you want me to do? The kids are here. We're all here. I'm trying to work. They're trying to attend school. And so it was a stress and that I just couldn't do anymore. So I quit my job. I was out of work. I didn't work for like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And then I went into another business, which is Allstate agency. So if you guys need insurance, which I did ask you guys about this later on, because I am a licensed insurance agent here in the state of Colorado. So I'm thinking about starting a second YouTube channel once we get this channel into a decent place. And we're going to talk about insurance. We can talk even more in depth about fiduciary stuff as far as finances go, how to cover your car, how to cover your house, how to insure your business even. Very proud to say what I am doing now. I do work for Allstate, and I absolutely love it. It was one of the best choices I ever could have made. So I had a lot of wins this year. I quit my job. I started a new career with Allstate. And then of course I do also own my own makeup company. We're in production. That was kind of a bummer because I had to pause production on Divine Beauty, which is why you guys haven't seen any videos about or updates about where I'm at with Divine Beauty right now. Right now we're just like paused, like stopped, paused, not really doing much, but production is picking back up mid-January. So that is also exciting to get back to my passion and what I love. And these two things are my love. I love finances. I love helping people to cover their assets and their property and their belongings, you know, because you work hard for the things that you have in your home, your apartment. You have built those things up over time. And so I love helping to advise people to, you know, ensure the things that they work hard for, you know. And I love makeup. You guys know I love makeup. So yeah, anywho, that's a little bit of update about my career and my business and some of the goals that I accomplished this year. But yeah, so the biggest expense was the rent. I paid $14.75 a month for rent, which came to $17,700 for the year. Girl. So that's why I'm like, I can't wait. Like, home ownership is so important because that's money going down the drain, lining my landlord's pockets. And with the pandemic and the way the landlords were, not all, but a lot of landlords were treating their tenants. I mean, I feel like in review, when I reflect and I look back on 2020, I feel like 2020 really exposed a lot of businesses, and some companies I will not ever do business with again because of how they handled things with this pandemic. And you know, I just feel like anybody that is going to evict someone in the middle of a pandemic, especially when you have the CDC saying that to do so makes it worse. But I just feel like there's no win either, because I feel for landlords who still have mortgages to pay, right? And tenants live in the apartments they can't rent out, they're not paying. So it's kind of like they're in a financial bind as well. It's just bad all the way around. But, you know, once again, that's why home ownership is so important, and it's definitely something to pursue, because that home is yours and it becomes an asset, and, you know, homes have equity. So yes, $17,700 went towards the rent. My next biggest bill was groceries. Okay, so groceries went up so much this year. So much this year. Like, I paid more in groceries than I have ever paid in my life this year alone. And it's twofold. It's because I have teenagers, right? So my kids are, you know, almost adults. You know, my oldest is about to be 17. Then my youngest boy, he's about to be 16, and then my daughter is 13. So those are some big kids, okay? Those are some big kids, and they eat. But at least when they were in school, I was able to send them to school, pack them a lunch, and then of course the school provides them with snacks and stuff, right? But due to the pandemic and them being at home, that meant I had to double up on the amount of food that I was buying. Y'all, I was at, and okay, so I do the Walmart and Safeway grocery delivery service. Thank God for them. I forgot to mention, I don't know if I mentioned that in the last video, things that got me through 2020, but surely grocery delivery services and Uber Eats definitely got me through 2020. But even with the grocery delivery services, like, I found myself being back at the grocery store in between the grocery deliveries, because we would just run out. We would run out of stuff so fast. So yes, this food bill for the year, when I saw it and I calculated it, I was like, oh. Y'all, that's a lot of money. So yeah, groceries was the next highest, $7,200 for groceries. I actually saved money on the cable bill. So I used to have Comcast, yes, Xfinity. I used to have them as our cable services, and we had cables, you know, Wi-Fi, everything with Comcast, and it was so expensive. It was so expensive. And I did a video about this too earlier this year, saying, you know, things that you're wasting your money on. The cable bill, and I was looking at this bill that was almost $200 every month, and I was like, why am I doing this? Netta, what's wrong with you? Because we would watch Netflix, and Netflix was only $15.99, which, guys, just to let you know, I just canceled my Netflix subscription. But yeah, so I decided to get rid of Comcast. I fired them, okay, and I bundled my services. So now we have Disney Plus, we have Prime Video. I canceled the Netflix subscription because Netflix went up again, and I'm like, okay, at this point, bye Netflix. And plus, I enjoy Prime Video a lot more than I did Netflix anyway. So we have Disney Plus, we have Prime Video, we just got HBO Max, and we have Hulu. So those are the four subscription services that we have now. So I got rid of Comcast, and I just picked up Wi-Fi. All I need is the Wi-Fi so that we can, you know, watch our favorite shows on our streaming. So for the Wi-Fi and the utilities, for Wi-Fi, that took my bill from $200 a month down to $59. $59. And then my utility bill, like for lights, that went up too, naturally, because we're at home more often. You know, I am back into an office now, because I have to have that separation between home and work. So I go to an office, but still the kids are home all day doing virtual schooling. I had to upgrade to a business type of Wi-Fi. So that's $59. But of course the lights are going all day. You know, energy is just constantly being used because the kids are home all day. So my utility bill was 45 bucks a month when I could go to the office and the kids could go to school. Now it's like 80 bucks a month. So the total for the Wi-Fi was $708. Total in utilities was $600. For the year for Wi-Fi and utilities, it was $1,308, which isn't that bad. It isn't that bad. So the savings from getting rid of Xfinity was able to go towards the increase that I was experiencing with utilities, and overall I still saved in that area, so I was very proud of it. Let's talk about beauty. Since I didn't mention it earlier, let's talk about beauty, because I spend naturally a lot of money at Sephora, at Ulta, not only just for my personal, like beauty, skincare, hair care, body care collection, just to maintain myself and the kids, but also to have this channel. I reviewed the new Too Faced Born This Way eyeshadow palette this year. I did the Huda Beauty Naughty News eyeshadow palette. I did the Huda Beauty foundation stick, BoxyCharm. So I tend to spend a lot of money just on makeup products, skincare products in general, for my personal, life, for maintaining, for my maintenance, okay, for her maintenance, but also for this channel. So on beauty, I really kind of reduced my expenses. I don't even think about the amount of money I spent on beauty last year, but this year I really did a good job at reducing my expenses, because I am funding my business by myself. And I am still, a single mom with 3 kids and a whole household to run. So I didn't spend as much money on beauty this year. So for beauty, between Sephora and Ulta, okay, don't judge me, because hey, not that much means something different to everybody. But for the total of this year, I spent $3,000 on beauty, and that includes my BoxyCharm subscription. There is something in my eye. What is going on? That includes my haul that I did at the beginning of the year, and that includes just any purchases, any amount of money spent on beauty for the year. That came out to $3,000, and I am very happy with that number, okay? I am not upset with that number. Beauty is my job. Beauty is what I do. I love it. I do it for YouTube. I do it for clients. And of course for myself. So $3,000 this year on beauty in general, for me, like, that is a very good number for the year annually. I think that is really good. I did not and cannot, let's be honest, I don't get sponsorships, and I don't get free makeup or anything like that. Like, everything I review that you see me review here on my channel, I do purchase it with my own money, and I cannot keep up with every trend and every launch that comes out, you guys. I just can't. So if there is something specific that you guys would want me to review, and if you're like, oh, Netta, I want to know your opinion on this product or that product, you guys feel free to comment down in the comment section and let me know. Let me know what you want to see, and then I can do that. But this year, my biggest focus was on home ownership. My biggest focus was on my business. And then my biggest focus was on reducing expenses and really saving as much as I could, because you just never know what's going to happen with the pandemic. And I did not want to leave myself hung out to dry, okay, if the worst case scenario happened. So yes, $3,000 on Sephora and Ulta, and honestly, that's probably not even the full amount, because I just did some shopping today, okay? Some products that I wanted to purchase before the end of the year. I decluttered a lot of makeup this year. I went through a lot of makeup this year. I didn't buy a lot of extra stuff this year. So I splurged today and got myself some end of the year goodies. I'll let you guys see that in the next video. My biggest area of opportunity as far as finances go this year, I am so ashamed, but it was Uber Eats. Uber Eats got me, guys. Uber Eats got me so bad. $1,034.83 on Uber Eats for this year. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's on top of all the groceries I bought. And the only thing I can say about that is the fact that it was just easy. There were days in which I just didn't feel like cooking. There were days when, you know, the house was a wreck and, you know, doing it all by yourself, you know, like the house is just a wreck. Even though the kids help, they help a lot. But there are days like they're in online school, they're going through the challenges that come with trying to be kids and get their education, maintain friendships through a pandemic. So there were times when all of us were just like, we're done, we're just over it. You know, I might have forgot to tell them to take something out. I might have forgot to take something out. And by the time, you know, dinner came, it was time for dinner, we're like, oh crap, we forgot to take something out. Let's just order in. So, you know, Uber Eats snuck up on me this year. That's definitely an area of opportunity for me. And then, like, if I left my lunch at home and I was going into the office, oh dang, I left my lunch. Whoop, Uber Eats, you know, and I'm ordering from Panera and Chipotle, and I love sushi. Sushi is my favorite food. I know some people say that they can eat things every day, like tacos and sushi. Those are two, I could literally eat those every day. I'm like, dang, that's a lot of money to spend on Uber Eats. It's definitely an area of opportunity for me in this new year. I am not going to be spending that much money on Uber Eats anymore. So, in conclusion, my biggest savings this year, which I think you guys will be able to relate to, was clothes, because we ain't had to go nowhere. Transportation expenses, that significantly went down for reasons I've already stated, because I got rid of my car. So my transportation, oh my gosh, I was paying well over $1,000 to have a car note, gas, maintenance, you know, renewing the license plates, tags, insurance. Like that by itself was well over $1,000, but that was last year. This year, I worked from home all throughout the year, and I only started going back into the office last month in November. So for the year, my total transportation expenses was $1,330.70. It was a big area of savings. Laundry was a big area of savings because no, we weren't leaving the house as much, so we didn't have as much laundry, which was nice. That's nice, okay? Transportation was a really big area of savings, as we talked about, as well as hair and grooming. I saved a lot of money than I normally would. Like normally I'd be getting my hair done every 2 weeks, or if I'm getting braids, you know, at least once a month. My daughter getting her braids. The boys have to have their haircuts every 2 weeks. Like normally, hair and grooming we spend a lot of money on because we're out. You know, we're about and we're in the public, but I saved a lot of money this year. Like I wore my natural hair. I invested in hair care products so I could just wear my natural hair at home. My head wraps, I didn't care. You know, my boys, their hair grew out a little bit longer than it normally would in between haircuts because they don't have anywhere to go. So those were the biggest areas of savings for me. Transportation, laundry, shopping for clothes, and hair and grooming. I even did press on nails most of the time this year. I just went like this, getting my nails done, or I just polished them myself. And then the biggest area of opportunity is less eating in a restaurant, Netta. In a nutshell, I came out on top this year. When everything hit, I just was concerned. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how things were going to work out. So I really reduced my expenses, and plus a goal of mine was becoming a homeowner and becoming approved for a home loan. And so yeah, I feel like 2020 was a challenging year for me financially, but I still came out on top by sticking to a really strict budgeting plan, reducing my expenses, and just keeping track of everything. So that's it, guys. That is my 2020 financial year in review. You guys, get your budgets, get your plan together if you haven't already for the new year so that you can be winning financially in 2021. I wish everybody good health, prosperity, pockets fat, doing well, blessings all around in 2021. You guys, let's set those goals and let's get ready for a good year. You have to manifest a good 2021 no matter what. Manifest that, okay? All right, guys, love you, and I will see you in the next one. Happy New Year.